One example is I was trying to get my license. I went for my provisional license and I failed. That's the truth. I went there and I failed it. Hard for me, but I want to thank God that He didn't let me go. You know, in moments sometimes I felt like I forgot about Him. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Petty, and thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. Yes, we are coming to the end of 2024, but before we talk, we dive in, we get into it. First thing first, go on and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're new, go on and like and comment and share with anyone who wants or who you know would really benefit from this channel. So today, as we are approaching the end of this year, I was just like, I cannot just go and just leave it like that, you know. Come in the beginning, like the beginning of 2024, I came here and I shared with you my theme. I was there, I was, you know, very optimistic, and you know how it is. And I was just like, you know, it's not fair for me to just go without coming back and give you a feedback about how my 2024 was. And yeah, before I just get into how my 2024 was, how was your 2024? Comment below in the comment section, how was your 2024? Okay, that's fine. Mine was, I can say it was a roller coaster, but overall God kept me and my family. So in this video, I've titled it the lessons that I learned in 2024. I want to, and it's a two-part video, but on the same video. I don't know how to explain that. It's a two-part video where at the beginning I want to talk about the lessons, and at the end I want to talk about what I am grateful for today, this year, and everything. So first thing first, I want to talk about the lessons that I learned in 2024. It is contentment. You know that I was going with the theme of contentment this year, which was inspired by the verse in I'm forgetting the correct part of the verse, but it is where Paul says, I've learned in all states to be content, whether I didn't have or whether I had, whether I had little or I had many. I've learned in every state to be content. And it's something that I struggled with, and I can say that I'm better now. That's the first step, but I'm still working on it, you know, being content with such things. And I remember when I started, I told you, and I don't know if I told you about what my mama always taught me was, you need to be content. You need to be content. To say that, she said this a particular kana usina, meaning if you don't have, you don't have. You don't have to stretch yourself beyond a measure, which is also a verse which is a verse which Paul said, we do not stretch ourselves beyond our measure. So that is the theme that I was going with this year. I've learned to be content. Guys, it was so hard, and it's still so hard. You know, as in a world of social media, in a world where you see other people progressing, and in some moments you think, okay, I'm just stagnant. But one thing that I learned is, no matter what you think in this state, that okay, I am probably stagnant in relationship. On the other hand, probably you're moving in terms of prosperity in your career, in everything. So what I'm trying to say is, because people are not content with what they have, they sometimes tend to not see what God is doing in their life. To say that, oh, Ningi is getting married, what about me? But then you are, on the other hand, you have your dream job, you just bought a car, you just moved into a new home, Ningi got a job, what about me? But probably you are in a relationship and you are getting married, or you got married. So we are all progressing in one area, and in another area probably we are stagnant because it is not our time yet. I've learned this year to be content, and I'm grateful to God for that. And the thing with contentment is, when we are content, we tend to be grateful. You cannot be content. I think I actually was sharing it in one of my blogs, saying, be content, be grateful. To say that whatever I have, I'm grateful, Lord. Even if it's little, I'm grateful for what I have. And the good thing about contentment is, when we are content, when we are grateful with the little, God blesses us with more. And that is one thing that I learned. And I think I've shared it before in the previous video, to say that discontentment, it comes from comparison, when we compare our lives with other people. But you don't know. This year, the more that I learned people, sometimes you see someone prospering and then you get to be like, okay, I want to know their secret. What are they doing? Only to discover that they are going through a lot. They are going through a lot behind the smile, the cameras, the profile pictures, and behind the scenes, they are going through a lot. And if that thing is given to you, you won't be able to handle it. The truth is, you won't be able to handle it. So yeah, I've learned in all state that I am in to be content. I'm still learning about it, but I think I'm better now. I'm better, I'm better. Okay, so the next lesson that I learned in 2024 was, things don't always go according to our plan. This one was a hard one. Things don't always go according to our plan. You don't win all the times. I think that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way this year. In terms of wanting to win, there are things that we want to do, and we're saying, okay, it has to prosper because A, B, C, D prospered this year. This year, I got a job. I think I've shared my testimony on this channel. I got a job. I had, I was doing good. I was doing great. But then there were certain areas in my lives when I was just like, if God gave me a job, He would definitely give me A, B, C, D. And then that thing failed. It will fail thing, and which is okay. It is okay. You don't always win all the time, and God don't always give you what you want. That's what I learned. God don't always give us to say, okay, and then you go back, I wanna, and then no. Sometimes I think people always say that He says wait. Sometimes He says no, because He knows better, or say, okay, this is not good for you yet. So yeah, things don't always go according to our plan. Things don't always go according to how we planned it. You cannot always win all the time. So basically, don't be too hard on yourself, Don't be too hard on yourself sometimes, because for me, I think there are moments when I was doing good, like I said, and then the next certain thing, it failed. It will fail. Right? And then it will eat me up. I will get in my blankets. I'll say, okay. I remember one example is, I was trying to get my license. I went for my provisional license and I failed. That's the truth. I went there and I failed it. And it really ate me up, because I was just like, this is my moment. This is my time. I should now start driving and blah, 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 blah. But then things don't always go according to how we planned it, how we wanted. And the good thing is, when I then went to write again, I passed. I got 100%, and I was just grateful. I was just like, okay, God, you knew you know best. Okay, so the next point that I want to share is, the environment that we live in is very, very important. I've come to realize that, you know how it is that we see that certain people, they are born in a wealthy family, some are born in a not so wealthy family, which is okay. You know, God is for everyone. And I always say that you see those people that are wealthy, or those children that have wealthy parents, you don't know what the parents went through for them to be able to provide their children with that kind of lifestyle. So, but what I want to say on this point is the environment, not only that you grew up in, or the environment that you surround yourself with, is very important. I want to give an example of me getting to my new job. I was able to do better this year than I've ever done before, because I was planted in a good environment, an environment that allowed me to showcase my talents, my events, my content creation skills, all those things. They didn't cripple me, but rather they gave me the wings to fly. I can just say they gave me the wings to fly. Say, okay, here are the resources. Show us what you have. And I was able to do my best because I was in a good environment. So this also applies not only in your job, but it also applies even in your relationship. You know, if you are planted in a good relationship, you are able to flourish with having peace of mind. You're able to even go on further and do more things, greater things. I'm also talking about not only that, but I'm also going to talk about even a family setup. If you are in a good family, not only financially, but you know, a very happy and healthy family, you are able to flourish, you're able to do better because you have that foundation, that, you know, that community with you. So environment is very, very important. This point is people are different. And yeah, this is actually a point that I learned recently. It's raining, so if you hear noise, it's just noise outside. Or maybe I should hold my mic. Let it. Okay, so recently I just learned that people are different. Me, on the other hand, I learned something, that I'm a very strict person. Like, strict, and just, you know, I have like a certain way I do things, and sometimes I expect everyone to do the same thing. Like, okay, why are you not doing it like this? So I tend to be a bit strict. I always say I'm going to be the strict parent. I'm going to be the strict parent because I kind of have my way of doing things. Whereas recently I learned that people are different. You know, people do certain things, they act a certain way differently because of many factors, but we are not all the same. Some are calm, some are very talkative, some are free, some are outgoing, some are just reserved, and that is okay. You know, it's okay to be who you are, because we cannot all be the same. We cannot do the things, be like how Petty does a thing, or act like how Petty act. You know, we are all different, and that's okay. That's what makes us a beautiful. So right at this point, I just want to go on and share the things that I am grateful for in 2024. Amen. Man, now I'm not acting like okay, never mind. The things that I'm grateful for in 2024 is my number one, God. Yes, God. You know what? A lot of things happened this year, and some of the things you cannot share here online. And you know, in the end, it was all God, because I was in a lot of unfamiliar territories, unfamiliar spaces, in terms of even my social life, my workplace. But I thank God that He didn't let me go this year. I thank God that He didn't let me go. He was holding on to me. And because one thing about me is, when I'm not very good at adapting, Yes, I'm very good at adapting, but not that good. Like my mind, my body, my everything kind of like takes time to process things. And because this year a lot of things were just new to me, new familiar. It was a bit hard for me to navigate like my previous schedule, how I used to do things when I was at home, and just how I used to do things to now being now being at work, being also being a social person, being there for my family, all these things, it really was hard for me. I can say that it was very, very hard for me. But I want to thank God that He didn't let me go. In moments sometimes I felt like I forgot about Him, because you remember, like before this, I was working mostly from home. I had all the time to do my schedule. I would wake up and pray. I had Bible study. I had all those things. I think I've once shared my Bible study video here. But now the schedule had changed. I'm now working from 8 to 5, to coming back at 5. I only have one free day. I'm trying to process a lot of things. I'm trying to be there for my friends, my family. It was just a lot for me. And sometimes I just felt like I was not there with God, where I used to be. But I'm glad that He didn't let me go. Like He didn't let my hand go, because I think I felt that probably there were moments that I was just trying, like finding hard to continue, like holding on to not what I believe, but to where I am, where I know I am with God. So I can say that I'm grateful to God. He didn't let me go. He didn't let me go this year. And then the next thing that I'm grateful for is my family. Yes, I'm grateful for my family. I was Kumosha just a few days ago. The rural homes where my grandparents live, my mom's mom, and you know what? I was just grateful for my family, just to be there with them, and also just to thank God for keeping them in 2024. There was just a lot of things that were happening, but to just see them there alive, just, I was just very grateful, even my aunts and everything that was just happening, my cousin, everything. Like I was just grateful for my family, that we are alive, we are well, and God has been keeping us in 2024. And also, I think going back to this point is, in recent past years, we've lost a lot of family members. We couldn't go a year without burying one or two people. But this year, I want to thank God that He kept. We didn't cry. As much as the memories still hurts. There was no one passed away, and yeah, I'm just grateful to God for that. Yeah, I'm grateful for my family. The next point is, I'm also grateful for my work, for my job. I think I've already shared with you about my job. I'm grateful that I had a job this year, and I was able to do certain things because I had a job. Yes, I've been working even before I got this job, but then this kind of gave me a stability, and also allowed me to do certain things that I couldn't do before, and to also explore that new territory, in the workspace, in the corporate world. And I'm grateful for that. The next thing that I'm grateful for is my blog. This year I had, when you start something, you don't know where it's gonna go, where it's headed. But this year, I want to thank God for my blog family. They showed up. We did a lot of things. They were very interactive. You can also join the blog. Yes, you can also join the blog in 2025. You just need to click the link in the description. That's all. Just click that link and you're good. there you go. Join the family. And this year, it was a very interactive year. I like that, as much as last year, I think the previous years, it was just me just doing the talking and sharing and whatnot. But this year, I got to also see them share, they just to know that they are also reading, they are learning, but also I have a lot to learn from them. It was just so great. I was just so grateful for this community that I built. It's growing, and I thank God. It's growing, and I thank God for that. And lastly, but not least, I want to thank God for my YouTube channel. Yes! Here on YouTube. This year we managed to get monetized, and thanks to you guys for watching, for supporting, especially the video about Married at 45. You guys showed up and showed off. I think it was a beautiful video. For me, I don't know how I did it, but I remember recording the video and saying to the bride, I want to portray this in the most beautiful way. I want to do it in a nice, beautiful way that it will inspire the next person. And it did. It really did, and I thank God for that. That's the things that I'm grateful for. Thank you, my YouTube family. Thank you so much for supporting me. I think I have one last video before the new year, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am grateful for you. I really thank God for you, and may God continue to lead you, to keep you. And what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Write it in the comment section. What were the lessons that you learned this year? Write them in the comment section. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for this opportunity to do this. I'm well. I'm healthy. I have the most beautiful, loving, kind, supportive family here, everywhere. This is just me being grateful. This is me just being grateful. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you, and God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment. I love you. Bye.